Hey, everybody, welcome in the day I have been dreaming of for so long. The live stream, I've been teasing all week. I was going to go live next week, but I was screaming on the inside because I just can't hold it in any longer. The video was cool, love the music, fantastic premiere, awesome video. Love that you guys loved it and thought it was cool. It is something that I have had planned, at least that video, for many years. Not even going to sugarcoat that. That video, that music, everything. I mean, never in a million years would I have imagined Europe, Kenya, Peru, videos and photos through all of these adventures thrown in there. But that music was just so fitting. And thank you for complimenting the editing. Thank you, William, for reminding everyone to give the thumbs up. So, man, the rumors this week, the guesses this week. We've heard that I'm adopting a kid. I'm adopting another dog. I got a significant other. I'm getting engaged. What else? I've won the lottery. I found a treasure. There has been all kinds of guesses and rumors as to what the big news is. Some of you are really leaning towards um the wedding, the significant other thing, um because I kind of leaned into it myself. So Nancy pointed it out tonight on Captain Jack's. I don't know how many people caught it, but she replied to me in the comments and she said, "Yeah, for you're a best man, right?" So that indeed today, this morning specifically, I did go to Rhinelander. We did go to a bridal store and I did get fitted for a tux, but it's not for my wedding. It is for my best friend who I am going to be a best man for in the wedding. So none of that was fake. It just happened to line up with this premiere. And when I saw people were starting to guess that I've had a new love, I found that special person, I'm getting engaged. How could I not have a little bit of fun and let the rumors fly? But if you guys haven't put two and two together based off of the video premiere, the big news, the tremendous, life changing news is that I have officially turned in my resignation at Gogebic Community College. So, starting July 1st, I will no longer be the manager of the campus suites. And Rocky is here alongside of me. Come on up, bud. Come on up. Let's show him how happy you are about that. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Oh, hi. Mwah, you good boy. Oh, ho, ho. So, it will be nice, Nancy. As Linda's saying, back on the road. I am hitting the road again. Everything I have worked so hard for, everything I have built, everything has led to this moment. Not to be dramatic, because somebody, was it Linda earlier, was saying Kobe's really building it up. Not to be dramatic, but man, when people used to say like Kobe's earliest dream or Kobe has a dream, it was I wanted to be an astronaut and all of that. Um, and man, I don't know if I've ever told this on YouTube before. I I do want to be an astronaut, absolutely. But the earliest dream, this goes way, way back. My sisters, I have 4 sisters. None of them were born yet. So God, oh, I must have been 6 years or younger. But I remember I had a passion for drawing. I had a passion for creativity, being an artist, and I wanted to do art and I wanted to travel. And I remember thinking back then that artists don't get paid well. There's no way you can be an artist and travel. That's impossible. Leonardo da Vinci, these great artists, for example, they struggled and they were poor and they died broke. How could I travel and be an artist in any way, shape, or form if the absolute greatest artists were poor? So I gave up on that dream and I pursued the dream of being an astronaut. Fast forward, and man, call it fate, call it destiny, call it whatever you will. I could not stick with engineering. I just couldn't. I always had a passion for photography. And as you guys know, I've taken a couple of photography classes. And part of it, actually, a citing announcement that I could piggyback off of this announcement is that I got a job offer for a wedding for photography. Now it is in August, which is also when my friend's wedding is. They're not at the same week, nothing like that, so that's good. So I'm gonna consider it. Um, but that's really exciting for me. I have an official job offer at somebody's wedding for photography. Mind boggling. Um, we have my book, The Journey, coming out. I don't know um, if you guys have seen the cover. Let me open it up here on my computer because I did make a post about it, but I know, like we were talking in Captain Jack's, um, not YouTube doesn't always send stuff out. So I want to show this to you guys. And thank you guys for the congratulations. Thank you for the compliments. It feels amazing. And let me tell you though, it really puts this to the test. Seek discomfort, the love over fear. Everything you guys have heard me preach and talk about over the last couple years, it really puts that into perspective. Because I have a job right now that I've traveled to 10 countries, 4 continents in a single year. I have insurance that is phenomenal, benefits that are phenomenal. In an economy where inflation is skyrocketing, I get this job with those benefits and free housing. Thank you for stopping in, Lily. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Um, it's crazy. I have free housing, all these benefits, a job that's enabling me to travel the world, not the country, but the world. It's wow. A huge, huge move. I mean, my health, guys know the last 2 years I've struggled a little bit. The last year, Rocky's kind of had some issues there too. So it is again, a huge move, but man, it's what I live for. It's what I breathe for. When I signed my first book, Discomfort, The Key to Your Best Life, when I signed that book, I sign it with the idea, with the quote, never settle. And people think that I am referring to the nomad life, the travel and this and that. No, it means to not get comfortable with where you are and give up on your dreams. So that's part of this too. I am really struggling to find this book cover here. Let's try this. New book, front cover. Boom. Here we go. This one? Is that the cover? That's the cover. Okay, so I am going to open this up. Bear with me here for a minute. I will share my screen. Window. Boom. Boom. So there it is. The cover to my new book coming out July 1st. The Journey. My dream has always been to live on the road again. And when I got the text, I still remember it clear as day. Sitting on my phone, I was getting ready to do a garage sale, and I got a text. Hey, college has a job offer, and I think you'd be perfect for it. And I remember reading that text and going, oh, God damn it. And my dad was like, what? What's wrong? And I just said, there's an opportunity I can't pass up. So, as much as I wanted to live on the road and grow my business and do stuff like that, I knew how crucial this job was and how big of an opportunity and a stepping stone it was for me. So, this book, The Journey, is about the last 3 years of my life. It picks up where the first book ended. You don't have to read the first book. If you want to read the second one, it can be a standalone, but it also is a perfect sequel. And it talks mainly about, well, the journey, how one should not be fixated on the destination, but enjoy their journey. And I'll also be sharing life lessons that I've learned in these last 3 years outside of that, like losing my grandparents. And that is another huge part of this decision right now. Is, my grandparents, I mean, that video, the 2024 recap, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, it was like 2024 season comes to an end, good night. And it showed everything I did in the last year. That video, I could not watch it for the longest time because every single time I watched or listened to it, I would sob because I am breaking tradition, the norm, whatever you want to call it, to for my family. If I had done like my parents and their parents, my grandparents had done, about 6 years ago, I probably would have had 1 or 2 kids and I would have been married, and my grandmas, Grandma Shar and Grandma Debbie, they would have been great grandparents. They would have got to come to my wedding, but that was not who I was. I followed my dreams. And last year, going to Europe, going to Peru, going to Kenya, especially Kenya, while the trip was not great for me, um, my phone, or I see just Captain Jack's um, comment. Uh, Being able to come back from Kenya and go to my grandma Debbie and my grandma Shar and be like, here are these souvenirs that I got for you guys. They got to see me achieve my biggest things. And I was so, so close to having them see my biggest achievement, achieve my dream. And I owe it to them. I owe it to Rocky. and I owe it to me, and I owe it to all of you, and I owe it to all of my residents to seek discomfort, to never settle, and as the college motto is, to go bold. So I'm going to scroll up because I saw a couple different questions. I appreciate you guys bearing with me as I go on a little bit of a rant here. It just, man, it feels good. It feels good. I cannot tell you guys how amazing it feels. So scrolling back up, let's go. I see there was a comment about, yes, Kelly. How is our handsome Rocky feeling now? Hopefully way better. So for those who don't know, on last Monday, he ended up getting brought back into the vet, and he ended up going to the bathroom and there was blood in it. And there was, I think, 4 piles where he got sick and he threw up 4 massive piles of blood. So there was a really bad scare there. I was concerned that, it might be the day, it might be time to draw that line. But the vet told me it's going to get worse before it gets better when it comes to stomach ulcers. We have him on 6 or 7 medications now and a prescribed dog food, which the prescribed dog food makes things a little more trickier. The vet said it's possible he might have to stay on this dog food for the rest of his life. It will cost $250, $300 a month, give or take, somewhere in there. Okay, well, by July 1st, I am officially out of a job with no guaranteed income and no place to live. So that's an obstacle we will have to overcome. But you know, how many times have we had obstacles and how many times have we overcome them? And you guys know, part of my language, what damn well that I'm going to do everything I can for Rocky and to make sure that he is well taken care of. So we are playing it by ear right now, and um, yeah, hopefully by the time July 1st comes, he's not on the food anymore. He's not needing medication anymore. Hopefully all the stomach ulcers are just gone. But we'll see. I see Linda asking, so are we sleeping in the SUV? We are not. So you guys already know about my whole disaster with camping or camper, whatever. Camper world, camping world, whatever it is. You guys already kind of know that rundown. So I've obviously been looking for a camper for some time now. And today I did not buy one, but I stopped at a dealership in person for the first time, not Camper World or whatever that chain is, just a local one. And I was overlooking some campers, and there is one they have right now. They were closed today, but they did have one that I took a picture of. It's a 2019, let me see, before I say the wrong model. It is a 2019 Flagstaff 21-foot camper. Or maybe 2014? 2014. It kind of looked like 2019. Good to know. So 2014 Flagstaff 21-foot camper. And it's in my price range. So we know there's options. We're definitely going to be getting a camper within the next 2 or 3 months, hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay, scrolling. Scrolling back down, scrolling down. In a way, Jump. What the hell was the ship's name? Jump, jump to the rhythm. Jump, jump to the rhythm. I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head now. That's what happened to me. There's a naturalist position on a tour boat. You are perfect for it. 3 years later. I will say too, my job, most people stay 2 to 3 years. So a lot of people have been asking like, how is the college reacting, stuff like that. I don't think they're too surprised. And I know one coworker in specifically, I'm not going to name names, but um, when they were told, they were kind of chuckling and they said, I was curious how long you were going to last. And then they were like, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just know this is your dream, what you're going to go do. And um, yeah, they they weren't surprised at all. If anything, I think they were more surprised that I stayed here as long as I did. And I'm not even gonna lie, in a way, there were some days that I even surprised myself. Um, scrolling in your merchandise store or Amazon. So what I'm going to do, Nancy, for my second book, and for anyone else who is interested, I will have it for sale in my merchandise store here on not Amazon, on YouTube. It'll be through my merchandise store, Shopify. Um, and basically what I'm doing is I'm publishing it on Amazon for a very limited amount of time. I'm ordering a bunch of author copies at print value, and then I will just have inventory personally that I have with me in my camper or whatever, and then I will have it listed for sale on my merchandise store. The reason behind that, well, there's a couple different reasons. Long story short, Amazon takes a very significant amount of revenue because of their phenomenal advertising. They never sold a single book. I sold more in a single day than they did in 6 months. And I've had some bad business with Amazon, and it's just not a business that I personally like supporting. So basically, I'm just going through them and getting my book printed. And once I have it printed, I'm pulling it off of their shelves. Um, don't want them to have any part of it. It's bad enough I have to print through them, but it's very cheap to print through them. And I'm trying to keep my selling prices as low as I can for those interested. Um, because, for example, someone told me the other day, speaking about photography again, um, that I would be really great at making calendars. And you guys saw that I did a Rocky calendar, but I do. The Rocky calendar was kind of part of it. Um, I do want to make like a Europe, a Kenya, a Peru, Route 66 calendar, stuff like that for 2026. But with how expensive it is to get those printed and made, it's like I have to sell them for $25 a piece. And at that point, like this person was like, well, I'm not going to buy them for 25 bucks a piece, not unless it's some kind of postcard or limited edition artwork or something like that. You'd be better off just printing them yourself. So that's where that problem comes in. So I'm still trying to perfect that middle. Dog, what are you doing right now? Aren't you just a hyper puppy? I don't even know what you were just doing. Um, you completely made me lose my train of thought. Hi. Hi, attention seeker. When I get my nonprofit search and rescue business going, I will let you come along to video and write a book on it if you want to. Ooh, okay. Yeah, keep in touch with me, Brandon. That might be something I'd be interested in. Do you have a good RV? We kind of touched base on that. I'll be getting one here. Um, going back to that, Linda's talking, I think, a towed camper. I'm actually behind in chat for once. Isn't that interesting? Okay, come on up. Jeez. Attention seeker. They could probably hear you breathing a mile away. I think a towed camper would be perfect for you and Rocky. I absolutely agree, Linda. And one of the biggest reasons why I personally think a towed camper is the perfect combination for us is because I have a generator and I want a camper that has propane heater. But when I'm with my Uncle Roy out west, I could leave Rocky in the camper with the AC generator going because there's still noise, but it's a quiet one. Cost me an arm and a leg, but it's the best of the best. And yet, I bought that. I don't even remember when. I bought that a while ago. I got some lithium batteries, best of the best. Inverter, solar panels, best of the best. I am not shy on money when it comes to buying that stuff, and I plan to do the same with a camper. But leave Rocky alone in the camper with the AC running, and I could go do Walmart deliveries. Or, hey, there's a craft fair every Sunday, I think, in Lake Havasu. So every Sunday morning, bring my photography, bring my books, and bring collector's items that I sell on eBay. Um, Bring all of that stuff and try to sell them there. And, I can't do that with a bus or anything like that. It gets way more trickier when I have to bring Rocky along or I have this giant type thing that I constantly have to drive into town. I would say inquire at natural health food stores for good food for Rocky. Let him know his challenges. They can help. We might go down that road again, Kelly. We tried to do a fish diet, all fish, like a dry kibble. We cut rid of chicken. It ended up having grain in it. And I put very, very little. I'm sure you know how you're not supposed to like drastically switch a dog's food. So Sunday, I put very, very little food in, starting to mix it. And Monday is when he got sick. So we're concerned that the new food is what got him sick, which sucks because that food was very, very expensive, even for a small bag. But whatever. I don't know. Animal shelter won't take it because it's been opened already, and I hate to throw it away, but what can I do? Okay, scrolling. Kobe, if he is interested in doing a video and a book on it, I am gonna try to do some different stuff too. Like I keep seeing a lot of different books on road trips. You could go here and this is what it's like and all of this and that, or paranormal. Like these are the paranormal um, locations across the country, and this is their history and that's kind of what I do on these videos. Why not make a book out of it? And then, have those. I have photography, I have collector's items, I have these books that are available, calendars. Um, like I'm going all in on my business. Last year, for example, I'm willing to share these numbers with you. I did less than 10 Walmart deliveries and I did that one auction around the time I was going to Kenya. Overall, my business last year brought $7,000 to $8,000 in, and of that money, $5,000 was a profit. And with that, my phone, my vehicle insurance, the vehicle itself, the mileage when I'm doing Walmart deliveries and stuff like that, going to thrift stores, mailing stuff out at the post office, that mileage and all of that, business deductible. So, what happens when I'm going all time, full time? Like, if that's what I did, very, very limited with one auction and less than 10 deliveries, what happens when I go all in on me? I have to. As scary as that is, I have to. Um, scrolling. Okay, Kobe, sure will. Are you still going to do live streams? When are you on the road? Great question, Brandon. So, and this is actually, I see yours, and I'll pull up Williams here. What is going to be your travel plans, destination? So what I'm going to do, very, very loose plans, is I am done July 1st here. So starting July 1st, I do not have a guaranteed income, like paycheck, basically. I don't have a guaranteed paycheck, and I am homeless. I hate that word. I am houseless. Technically, do I live in a house? You guys get what I'm trying to say. So, what I'm thinking is beginning of July, especially, right as I finish this job, I will stay around locally. I will probably pay for a campground a week, minimum at least a week. Um, that's probably what I'm actually going to do. So I'm thinking first week of July, I will stay here, buy a campground that has electricity here in Ironwood, Michigan. That way, Rocky can stay in the AC, and like I just explained, I can go do Walmart deliveries. Let's see, and I've done this a million times. Well, not a million. I've done this a couple times, but it's it's the real deal now. So let's go do Walmart delivery and see how much I make in a week in this small town. And, the week of July, people are going to be ordering fireworks for delivery, cooking out. So deliveries are going to be huge that week. I need to capitalize on that. I need to seize that opportunity. Um, from there, July, we're going to do some garage sales. I'll be staying with some family in their on their property because I'll be doing a garage sale. I'll be running it. The family has some stuff to sell, and I have a suite full and an office full of stuff. Not everything's going to be able to come with me. I, for the first time, have started to unbox totes and just random boxes. Everything here has been, I've grabbed everything from my mom's house, my dad's house, my storage unit, the bus, and it's all been piled in this suite. And I've never gone through it, never opened these up. I've started doing that now. Because when I originally came back here before I knew I was going to get this job, the whole reason I came back was to tie up these loose ends, to get rid of all this stuff. So I'm in the process of doing that now, and the garage sale will be more of that, getting rid of different items. After July, we have my friend's wedding in August that I'll be the best man for. So you guys probably won't see any videos from me beginning of August. End of August is the other wedding. So we'll see how that goes if I do pursue that. Fast forward into September. End of September is Captain Jack. He is still here. Captain Jack, please correct me if I'm wrong, but M25 is at the end of September. And year after year, you guys hear me say, I wish I could, I wish I could. And you guys always say, come on, come. So, end of September, I am going to be coming to M25. So, I will be doing that. And then as soon as M25 wraps up downstate, I'm not sure the entire path yet. I'm leaning towards Colorado because as you guys can vaguely see, I haven't done Nebraska, Colorado. I haven't done that drive. Basically between Arizona and Michigan, that's the only way I haven't gone yet. So, leaning towards that. But I will be heading back out to Arizona starting end of September, beginning of October. Do not know when I'm going to get to Arizona because I want to take my sweet time, especially if I'm going through Colorado, and I want to see all the fall colors. I want to take my time. The gas to get across the country is going to be expensive, especially towing a camper. So we're going to make the most out of that journey and the most out of my money. But at the same time, depending on how things are looking in Lake Havasu for my Walmart delivery, I can simply switch delivery zones. So I will probably, as soon as I leave Upper Michigan, switch it to Arizona. And then hopefully when I get down there, it'll be cooler, a little bit cooler. I will, start doing deliveries and stuff like that. And that's all I'm going to leave it at for now. I do have some other loose plans moving forward, but that's already a lot. So that's what we will leave it at for now. You never know what's going to happen in between now and then. I can never do any kind of summer in southern Arizona, but northern Arizona, much easier. Funny you mention that because over the last 3 years, I've been specifically keeping an eye on Flagstaff, Arizona, and I've noticed the temperature is very similar to the temps here in Ironwood, Michigan. So that gives me a very good idea of how rocky will be, etc. But that's my uncle, actually, my uncle Roy. He is not going to be coming back to Michigan, from what I hear. He's not going to be coming back to Michigan this year because, again, it's expensive to keep coming back and forth across the country. And it sounds like he is going to stay somewhere in northern Arizona, which neither of us have ever done. So it's nice to know that someone I personally know will have experience staying in northern Arizona during the summer and can tell me firsthand what it's like, because physically being there and watching temps on a phone from across the country are two different things. Um, I do Sundays for dogs, plus cooked chicken and beef, a spoonful of good canned food, and warm it up. He's a lunchtime dog. I hate that someone taught him to eat in the crate. Yeah, I'm worried that he's allergic to chicken is what I'm worried about, but I don't know. The fish stuff obviously didn't have chicken in it. It had fish, but it had grains too, and his food normally doesn't have grains. So could be allergic to grains. Local food banks will take the open bag, Kobe. Just tape the bag shut. Tell them your dog couldn't eat it. They will separate in baggies and give it to families in needs with dogs. I'll definitely check into that, Kelly. I don't know if we have anything really for pets like that. Um, just being a very, very small town, but I'll definitely look into that. That's a great idea. Thank you. Um, scrolling. Work across the states doing gig work. Yes, I'm very close to having that app problem fixed. So speaking of gig work, similar to Captain Jack here, um, it's something that I've actually been getting job offers, you guys, like next month. And I was like, man, I literally messaged my dad. I was like, if only I had a job offer where I don't even remember. You ran a store, you were like a manager of a store or something in Yellowstone National Park. You got a free camping spot. You work 20 to 30 hours a week with like 20 to $25 pay per hour is what I think it was, plus the free camping site. And it was like April through October, Yellowstone National Park. Sign me up. Like, yes, please. Absolutely, massively, yes. Um, and that's part of it now. I have a business degree, I have a programming degree. Business degree, I have 3 years of experience managing, plus like one of unofficial year at Walmart. I have references between Walmart and the college that can attest to that. Um, and then the programming, I could probably get a job remote. Maybe. I don't know. But it's in my back pocket, so why not look? The options are there. Oh, we need a video of the wedding your best man in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll ask him about that. I don't know how they're going to feel about that one. Colorado is the most beautiful state I've ever been to besides North Carolina. That's what I keep hearing for the nomads that I've talked to. They hear that I've driven between Arizona and Michigan like 4 times, and they're like, "You haven't gone through Colorado? Like, what is wrong with you? How is that not the first route you've taken?" Fair, from the pictures and stuff I've seen. And there's actually a friend that I met in Peru. Some of you might remember Carlos. He is in Colorado, and him and I have been chit-chatting here and there, and we've discussed possibly doing some hikes and him just kind of letting me crash and explore the local area. He'll be my local tour guide and show me some secret spots. And again, the potential. There's a quote. It's from Night at the Museum, and some of you might know what I'm talking about, but he goes, "What are you going to do tomorrow?" Or something along those lines. And he goes, "I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow." How exciting. How exciting. So many options, so much potential. Wow. Yes. Speaking of plans that I didn't want to announce because I'm not going to set anything in stone, next summer I might head up that way because I haven't done that either. I hate it when I go, yeah, basically from the West Coast up and down all the way to Michigan, Florida. I've been to every state, and then it's like, except Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Nebraska, and Arkansas. They're so random. I just want to be able to say every single state from the West Coast in. Um, on the YouTube side, I see Kelly saying that she's gonna head out. Thank you for stopping in and congratulating me and celebrating, Kelly. Huge, huge news today. Small steps is best. Okay, thank you for the correction, Captain Jack. So M25 is middle of September, September 16th through the 19th, to be specific. And I need to, somebody type it in chat, give me an answer here. I need to call it in to book a spot for that. So we'll be doing that at some point. Um, scrolling. Okay, cool. Sounds awesome. Give you my number, Kobe, so when I'm ready to get it going, I can let you know. Then we could work something out. Yeah, yeah. As we get it's so dry in here. It's the dentist stuff. I'm still recovering from that dental surgery. Brandon, I'm so far behind in chat, and I love it right now. I love that I'm behind in chat. Um, I love it. That's my email, Brandon. So if you want to just email me your phone number, I'll leave that up for a little bit. Scrolling. If that job in Yellowstone is with GSI, do not do it. I worked for them, not great. Good to know. Good to know. I don't remember if it was or not, but that's absolutely good to know. I will write that down. Places you absolutely have to see in Colorado. Oh, Ashley, trust me, I got a list. I got a list. So many dots. So many. It's hard to show you guys what's Zoom because there's so many. So many dots. So many blue dots. I could easily spend quite some time in Colorado. Easily. Um, very easily. Sorry, got sidetracked. Was reading a message on Facebook quick. Um, yes, but I'm pretty sure all of those are on my list plus some. Especially Carlos. There's one. I don't know if it's Pikes Peak. I don't think so, but he said it's like a really steep climbing type thing, and the staircase he showed me was absolutely insane. We were talking about it on the way down Machu Picchu. It's actually in that video I uploaded. So lots and lots of stuff. Let's have a party. Just water. Just water for the tooth. Okay. Lake of the Dreams campground. I am in the group chat. I've been very quiet, but I've been stealthily viewing everything in the group chat. So sorry if I don't think it's in here. So Brene, for Lake of the Dreams campground, can I go? Because I know there's a map with spots that show people like who's in what spot. Can I go on a website and book it, or do I have to specifically call the campground and say, hey, I'm with the M25 group, I would like spot yada yada yada? Is there a certain way I have to go about doing it? There's also a handmade castle there. Oh, not to get sidetracked. One of the places there is the hotel. I think it's a hotel from The Shining. Ooh, yeah, I'll get rid of that then. Thank you, Brandon. I see it on this side, on the YouTube side. Yeah, The Shining, or the building that the Shining. I'm struggling here. Brain fart. The Shining was based on. I might stop there too. Don't know. They stopped singing and playing music at the Tiki Bar. Oh boy. Yes, call Luis. For me, Captain? You talking about me? If so, I appreciate it. That makes a big difference. Because that was one thing I had to figure out too, is how I was going to pay for it. I just need to write that down before I forget. If Captain was talking about me. If not, I'll find a way to pay for it, but I'll do it. Luis, huh? Call Luis at Lake of the Dreams campground. I butchered campground. There. Campground awarded site 72 or site 73. Okay. I'll have to call that in. Well, thank you, Captain. And thank you, Brandon, for the email. What, Rocky? What are you being mousy for? Come here. Come on up. You want to say hi to everybody? No. Yeah, so, ooh, I will be at M25 parking at a family's house. William, I'll get to see you there. There's a lot of, so who in chat, out of curiosity, who in chat is going to be at M25? I know there's a list. I'll look it up again. But I mean, there's so many names that the last time I checked, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get to meet this person and this person and like, I know who they are, but we've never met in person. And Captain, don't forget, where is it? You and I got to meet up on the road at some point. So if you're at M25, Captain, I got a little buddy waiting for you. So, yeah, that is the big news. Those are the vague plans. M25 is a must. Being best man at a wedding, that's a must. But everything else, pretty open right now. July 1st is a must for the book. I'm going to be publishing that and selling it the day my first day unemployed again. It's going to be interesting. I'm working on going to M25. I have an offer to share a site. Ooh, there you go, Linda. I might see you there then. What, Rocky? I think somebody's getting hungry because he needs to be fed in a couple minutes. So, gosh, trying to think. Was there anything else I was going to share with you guys in regards to this? There is so much. So much. It is such a huge thing, but yeah, wow. It's not much. Basically, I paid 1 day to reserve the site. Okay, good to know. Because how long did you say it was? 16th 16th through the 19th. So I could cover those next 2 days. Thank you, Captain. I have no plans for traveling, but for some reason plans get changed all of the time. Yeah. Let's hope the opposite doesn't happen for me. So, yeah. Wow. Oh, he'll be there too, but you got your little alpaca, your little llama. This is so soft. I cannot wait to see your reaction when you touch this alpaca fur. It is the softest freaking so soft. I wish I really bought a pair of um slippers. That's what word I'm looking for. A pair of slippers with this fur on it. But they were over $1,000, and no way in hell was I gonna spend that kind of money on a pair of slippers. But man, so soft, so soft. Yeah. So I guess we will leave it at that. But before I close it up, does anyone have any questions or anything else? I'll give it a couple minutes here and watch the chat. But yeah, the next couple weeks, graduation is coming up beginning of May here. We have the Red Bull 400 coming up, so I'm going to be training on that. So I don't know how much of me you'll see these next couple weeks because there's a lot of big things happening in the next couple weeks, the next couple months. There's Lewis. Lewis also thought I was getting a date or getting engaged. 3-day event, but I usually do 4 days. Okay, good to know. Yeah. $1,000 slippers for alpaca fur. Not cheap. What do you mean again? Was I engaged before? I know you'll be going more towards Colorado, end of the US, but will you ever head to Tennessee? I don't know. It's on my radar right now. And I guess I can talk about that a little bit before I wrap up. So basically, I would like to do Colorado, and I'm leaning towards Colorado, but the other side of it is, Rocky, what are you doing? The other the other side of it is my uncle is not coming back. So I'm going to be driving cross country by myself unless I follow Captain Jack if he allows me, or somebody else out for sake of example. And that becomes a whole different thing by itself. So potentially it's going to be just me traveling alone across the country with a camper. And I have little to no experience towing anything. Like, I would say I have maybe 5 hours of towing either a boat or a camper. And that by itself is probably even an exaggeration by an hour or two. So by the time I leave M25, am I going to feel confident enough to drive the camper solo across? What are you eating? Rocky, God damn it. Give me that. No. Unbelievable. He was chewing on a piece of plastic, like his puzzles. He was eating the plastic. What is with you lately? Don't do it. Lay down. Lay. So yeah, as I was saying, will I be confident enough to tow a camper cross country by myself through the Rocky Mountains? I don't know. Kobe, have you ever seen the long trailer? Don't carry every rock up in Colorado. I haven't. What I will say is the camper I'll probably end up getting is about 18, 19 feet, give or take. That's where I'm aiming for. So I'm not looking for anything super long. And when it's all said and done, my Suburban can tow up to 5,000 pounds. And that's after, water, sewage, etc. So the camper itself has to be about 3,500 pounds. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. But yeah, am I going to be comfortable enough to bring that through Colorado by myself? And if not, what I'll probably end up doing is I might shoot down and almost do Route 66 again. Problem is, I've done Route 66 twice now. I don't know if I want to do the same exact road again. So I might come down to Tennessee. I might visit with a couple people I know, and then I might shoot across, and that way I could get Arkansas off this freaking list because it's driving me crazy just having that stuck in the middle there. But I'm not sure too, because it also I have to determine gas money here. Is gas money going to be more expensive if I come straight down and then across? Well, this is flat land compared to Colorado. All different things I gotta think about here, because again, no guaranteed income, and I'm homeless, so got to be very, very careful about how I move forward. I really got to think everything through. Does Rocky eat dry food? Old Roy, just add water. My dog had the same problem. So he does eat dry dog food. He used to eat Purina One Smart Blend prior to me taking him in. He got allergic to that. And then I switched him to Taste of the Wild Trout. And he's been on that for almost 4 years now. And he's seems to be getting allergic to that, so we switched him off. then he's been on the prescribed food. He was starting to run low on that, so I slowly was starting to introduce the fish food, and I don't even remember what the brand of that one was. And that's when he had that really, really bad reaction, is what they think it was. Your Suburban can tow up to 8,000. I'll have to double check that. Because the person at the dealership was saying 5,000 too. I think I think there is two different types of engines in like the Suburbans like mine, and mine does have a smaller one, but I have to check the manual again. 8,000 would make a big difference, but unfortunately, I think it is only 5,000. And my Uncle Roy, who is a nomad and has been for the last 5 years, he has the same exact Suburban, like literally same year, same model. So that's kind of why I'm basing it too on a 18, 19-foot camper, because I know what's worked for him. And his Suburban is like 240,000 miles and mine's 140,000. So knock on wood, if I take good care of that vehicle, I kind of know how long it might last. You are welcome here anytime. I believe we have camper parking, but there's also a lot of amazing camping spots. And that's why I'm curious too. Like, I'd like to come visit in Tennessee. Um, but I keep hearing that Tennessee is like one of the most underrated states. And some of the places I'm finding look absolutely beautiful, and I've never heard of them. So I'm kind of scared, but I kind of want to go down that rabbit hole, because the one half day that I was in Tennessee, oh my God, I loved it. It was beautiful. Traffic freaking sucked in Nashville, so I would not go to Nashville. I would like to stay away from Nashville as much as possible, stay on the outskirts, because the heart of Nashville, that was a disaster, and I don't even want to imagine pulling a camper through there. But yeah, beautiful. Uh, it's such a fun movie. Lucy rode in the trailer while moving. Oh, is that what you were talking about? That I can't remember what it was called now. The long, long trailer. I'll have to look that up. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. What was and a load of books and pictures. So a lot of the stuff, like pictures, for example, probably I'm not going to order in advance. I'm probably gonna have a portfolio just because of my situation. But we'll see. Again, things to think about. And when it comes to books, I ordered 100 copies of my last book, and I think I still have 50 or 60 copies. So I probably will not order 100 copies of the new one either. But we will see. Scrolling. Yeah, Lewis and Rebecca are having a wedding next year. I'm still wondering if I'm going to be the best man for that one, because that will determine my plans for traveling. I'm kidding, Lewis. I'm kidding. Come out to Arizona, then I could be the best man. Thank you for the prayers for Rocky. Scrolling. I'm just going to take a picture of that before I forget. Good to know. Thank you, Diane. Scrolling. Okay, so that looks like everything. I am going to wrap it up here because the DOG needs some FOOD, and then he needs some medication in an hour. And I'm probably going to take some pain meds myself for my dental surgery. That way I know I could get some sleep. Last night was not the greatest, but we'll see. Lewis, I always see your Gmail. I just didn't want to pull it up for everybody. I'm sure they could still see it though. Yeah, so that's my news. I'm not getting engaged like Lewis thought or Brandon. That was their guess, plus some other people. I'm not adopting a kid. I'm not adopting another dog. Although I will admit, there has been many times over the last couple of months that I keep thinking about adopting a second dog. I mean, I can't help it. Uh, not happening. Never. Uh-uh. One and done after this one. Lewis, I'm gonna, since you gave me permission, I will sign you up for something naughty. Uh, a movie review on the Long Long trailer. Okay, I will look that up and I will make a post. How about that? I will make a post, Brene, on a review on the Long Long trailer. Have a great night. Thank you. Excited for this new season and for the prayers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The Rocky Mountains are beautiful. Park the trailer, drive the Suburban. Doesn't get better than that. And also, I don't know, did Captain see it? I don't know if he did yet. Captain, did you get my message? Did you open my message yet? I know you said you found your phone. He didn't open it yet. I sent Captain a book that I bought, and it talks about treasures that are hidden across the U.S., and one of them is probably in the Rocky Mountains. And oh my God, I could go down a rabbit hole. That's a whole different other live stream. Don't get me going on that. But yes, thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for tuning in. And Captain Jack, go check out that book. If you can, I would order it because I need a partner in crime. We need to go look for some buried treasure in the United States because I'm going to be a full time nomad again soon. So let's go strike it rich. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. And I don't know when my next video or live stream is. So until then, take care. And I'll see you all on the next adventure.